Hey everybody, and welcome back to more Obduction. We are here just enjoying this beautiful view here in Maray, having finished the maze down there. And we're going to go ahead and move on to, well, whatever this transportation thing is here. We don't actually see anything yet in this area, but maybe there's something that can help us. Let's take a look around here first. Whatever it is, it doesn't look like it's up here. Maybe it's actually down below. We missed it? Yeah, here we go. Here's a button. Oh. Hey, Fosif.
This desperate situation up here. If you could, please. Hurry. I appreciate.
Yeah, that should pretty much put all doubts to rest that that's not really the real Yosef. Alright. Looks like that raises up a pod or something. Let's go back up there and take a look. Alright, so we just climb into this thing here? It looks like we do. Whoa. I'm getting some Half-Life flashbacks from this thing. Well, let's just enjoy the ride and bask in the scenery here. I mean, look at this stuff. We get to see the maze. Here are all the doors that we opened. Okay, all meaning two. You can see Captar out there to the right. And there's the tree. Nice. Whoa. What is that? Okay. Well, we might have gotten here just in time, or possibly at the worst possible time. Okay, what is going on down there? We need to find out. And it looks like it's going to go down there. Let's see what we can do over here. What is this? There's another pathway over here, but this just leads to a dead end. Let me just make sure I didn't miss anything up here before we move on. Looks like there's nothing else though. Just all that. We can get a view of the area where we came in over here. But that's about it, looks like. So let's go ahead and move forward down this side. Oh, wait a minute, there's something over here. It looks like this is a Villain number panel, but it only has 4 digits, since this one is pretty much not, it doesn't have the center dot. So that's interesting. Whoa. Whoa. I think we found where all the pods are that everyone is being stored in. Well, first things first, let's go over here and check out what in the world that whole skirmish was all about. Looks like this is a closed door. Let's be cautious here. Looks like it's over, though. Wait a minute. It's a Villain. You okay, man? 222. Well, we know that the Villain can control their technology with their vocalizations, so he's probably grunting out something that we can't really hear very well. He also got a weapon here, but it looks like we can't pick that up. But over there, that looks like that thing that we've been warned about. more than likely the Mofang weapon of mass destruction or something. So let's be cautious. We can also see what looks like a Mofang standing over there. There's also a door over here, but we cannot get through it. What is this? I don't actually remember this being here originally. I'm curious to know what... Okay, so that controls that door. Okay, I'm legitimately curious about where this thing goes, because I don't remember this in the original version of the game. Where does this take you? Okay, so it looks like this takes us to another door. And then down here... we've got another bridge control? Well, let's do our usual trick here. The one-digit panel that we were using there doesn't control the door that was blocking our path away from where the Villain was, though. Is this the bridge I think it is? It is. This takes us back to the beginning. Okay, so I take back everything I said earlier about not being able to go back and read the Villain number worksheet and work on that if you didn't know the Villain numbers. Because, as you can guess here, the 222 clue has to do with Villain numbers. And in the original version of the game, you couldn't go back to learn the number system if you didn't know it at this point. So it's nice to know that they've put this in here for us. But there's also something else here. There's a book. And it looks like this book is a log of everyone who's being thrown into the pods. So we've got a bunch of Villain here. They kind of have similar names with different suffixes and stuff. We've also got some humans, including Cecil, but he's a Remainer, so he's not in a pod, as we know. We've also got Yosef here, and as you can see right here, his pod is number 222. We also have Farley up here, who's 194, and I believe there's an achievement you can get for viewing her pod, so I'm actually going to do that while we're down here. Let's see if there's anything else rather interesting. You can see that there's a bunch of crossed out portions here of the notebook. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, these are originally Mofang. Oh, speaking of which, let me go back and look at that. Shavar, the one we've been hearing a lot about, is actually a Mofang. Which is something I didn't really pick up on until this point. Which I think that was intentional. I don't think the writers were wanting us to know about that until now. On this side, we've also got some pods that are just being used for storage, for books and crates and whatnot. There's also a pod here that belongs to a human named Rand, which is undeniably a reference to Rand Miller of Cyan. I think he's the CEO, if I'm not mistaken. And there's that Noah guy that we've been hearing a lot about that knows about Villain numbers. And the Arai are prefaced with PA. I'm not entirely certain what that means. Alright. I'm also not entirely certain what this means either. But interesting nonetheless, I suppose. Of course, we've heard about Trar, the Villain who's a Remainer. Maybe this is him right here. But there are two other ones, Aprar and Oprar, I think. Yeah, I don't really see... There's Tham, which we heard about in the monologue. And Uziel, who we also heard about in Farley's house log. There's also some other names here that are rather noteworthy, but I'm not really going to take the time to go through each and every single one. But you guys can see for yourself which people are which here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the control panel with the 4 digits. And we now know why it's 4 digits. There wasn't really any need for a 5th one, since the numbers never really went above 256. And that's over this way. So first things first, I'm going to enter 222, since that's where supposedly Yosef is. And if the villain is trying to tell us that Yosef is in the pod and that the Mofang we've been seeing all along is fake, we've already suspected that, but I suppose this will be the confirmation. So in the 64's place, if we enter a 3, that'll be 192. I'm going to enter a 1 here in the 16's place, so that will bring us to 208. And then I'm going to enter in a 3 here in the 4's place, which will bring us to 220. And finally, a 2 in the 1's place, which will bring us to 222. Whoa, this thing takes us all the way down in here. Now, you'll notice that these pods have numbers and stuff on them, but these are just the rows and the numbers that were used to designate which pods were which, not the numbers you have to enter in on the panel. And we saw these on the log, too. Alright, so let's see what's in this pod. It is Yosef. The real Yosef, presumably. Good to know he's alive and well. I'm also going to go ahead, I've taken some pictures of the log with my phone so I can show you some of the other pods here. I believe, let's go ahead and start clearing things out. Let's see, Caroline, or Farley was how she was designated, was 194. So let's go ahead and do that. I will say that the Villain number panels are a little bit easier to use compared to the way they were originally. It might also just be because I'm using the unlocked cursor as well, but let's see, 194 would just be this again, plus 2. So it looks like we had heard earlier in the plan that we saw in Captar for the bombs, the WMDs, that they were doing this whole swap thing to send the bombs back to the Mofang. And from what we've seen so far, it looks like the Captar bomb was the only one. There we go, there she is. There's Farley. The Captar bomb was the only one that successfully detonated, because this one is still here on Maray. It hasn't gone off yet. We haven't seen one on Hunrath yet, so hopefully we'll catch that soon. Let me see here. I'm going to also do the one for Rand as well. He's 205. So we've already got the 192. I'm just going to do 8 here. Bring us... Or wait, no. I need to do... Wait. Sorry. I need to do 12. So that should bring us to 204. And then... Whoops. 1 is 205. I don't really know if any of these numbers that are for these Easter eggs have any special significance, particularly this one since it's Rand. But it'll be cool to see Rand Miller in abduction form at least. By the way, we haven't yet talked about what the word abduction means. We've heard references to the word abduction, which is appropriate in this game, but the word obduction is a little-known geological term that means a layering or covering over, which is actually kind of appropriate. And there's Rand. Pretty cool. Alright. I don't really think there's anybody else here on the list that's... well, I guess we can look at what the Arai look like, I suppose. So let's do 60 when we do that. I don't know what these designations are that in the... If you look back at the log that they were using to refer to the Arai, because it looks like Alf, B, Del, Epi, which I suppose could be abbreviations for Greek letters, but I don't really know. So let's just take the first one, which is 60. So we can do 48 here with the 3 in the 16's place, and then 12 over here. So I'm guessing this is a polyarch. Oh, maybe that's what PA stands for, is polyarc. That would make sense. Yeah, there we go. We haven't really seen these guys up close until now, but this is pretty much what we were shown in the drawing that was in the species description notebook thing. We can also look at a villain. Let's go with Kura Atror, which is Pod 6. That's an easy one to put in. I'm really thankful that the game designers finally allowed you to go back and learn the number system in case you didn't know it. So 6 would just be 4 and then 2. Of course, we've already seen a Villain outside, but I figured I'd just do this for completeness' sake. Yeah, there we go. Pretty much looks like the guy we saw out there. This is really clever, by the way, using this so you can always see these from one perspective. Alright, so let's go ahead and erase all of these and go back up top. So hopefully putting 0 in will get us back to the starting area. Looks like there's some draw distance issues with some of this stuff here. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and go back over here. See if anything new has happened now that we've done what the Villain asked us to do. We did. Okay, so he's now letting us go through. Let's be careful here. Looks like this is the remains of all the wreckage here. And there is the fake Yosef. We can see more of the facade revealed here. There's that bomb, and I'm going to step far away from that. I'm not going to get right up close. You can die, by the way, by getting too close, but if you get up close and don't die, you can get an achievement, which is nice. And we got another one of these blue beam controller things. So I'm going to use this first to destroy, if I can get it over here. There we go. Destroy the weapon. And then I'm going to move it over here, and I'm going to destroy this. Did that work? I think it did. Alright, so that's what's left of Fosef. We also can't go back in, which is kind of a bummer. However, there is this path, and this should lead us right back out. Yeah, here we go. Here's the door that leads back out to the bridge. So you can go back to Hunrath using the entrance area if you want. But what's interesting here is if you go over here, you can see smoke coming out of the area where the pods are. And what I'm assuming is happening is that our Villain friend is now freeing everybody that was previously trapped in the pods. At least that's what my guess is, because now it seems like all the danger is past, so he's going to go ahead and go through with that plan. The game doesn't really make that explicitly clear, but I think that's what's happening. And so now the weapon's been destroyed. The seed machine has also been destroyed, sadly, so we can't really go to Soria using this sphere here, but we can at least get a little bit of a close-up look at it. Looks pretty interesting. But the more important thing for now is that we can use this panel to go to the tree. So let's do that. Whoops. There we go. Perfect. Alright, so that's now done. And here is the tree, in the same place, as always in all these worlds. And, as expected, we've got a green-tinted pool here. I just love taking in the scenery here when you get down into the tree area. One thing that's worthy of note, and I haven't really shown it off here in the Let's Play because I don't really want to break the immersion too much by doing this, is if you go to the menu screen changes to one of these backgrounds as you go through each tree, which is pretty cool. It's a nice way of letting you know that you're progressing through the game. Alright, so if we do this correctly, we should have paths to Kaptar and to Hunrath. I think this is the Kaptar one. Yep. So we can actually see this thing get deactivated as soon as the water flows through. There we are. Perfect. And we get a similar sound. I didn't mention it earlier, but we get a similar sound to the what am I trying to say here? The ringing noise that you do when you go through the membranes. And this one is Hunrath. Alright, so let's go ahead and go back. So what I want to do here is I want to go back to where we were in Maray. Actually, a faster way to do this would just be to go through the bridge on Maray. Let's actually do that. What I want to do next is I'm going to go through and check out that path that we had unlocked that leads out of the mine. And I think I'm going to call it as we get to that loading screen around that area. There we go. So all we need to do really is just go and, if I can find my way out of here, it's over here, isn't it? We need to go back through the doorway that leads to the bridge, and then go across the bridge, make our way all the way back to where the swapper gauntlet thing is. And did we actually check this out earlier? I don't know if we were standing up here earlier, but oh wait, this is where this thing is. It's too early in the morning for this. I should have waited till later in the day to record. So that's the door that's now locked, and going through here. Here we go. This is the right path. Looks like everyone will make it through okay, so that's nice to know. Alright, so from here, we just need to go back through here. And I think everything is set up such that this can... I always go into this path, don't I? It's this one. Everything should be set up such that we can just do a straight run through where the... well, at least where the 180-degree rotating room thing is, right? Which I think is through this path. Oh, wait a minute. We created a shortcut now. We don't have to go that way. We can go through this way. Here we go. Hey, any opportunity to see this breathtaking Maray scenery is okay by me. Alright, this is the path. This is where we need to go. I love that sound effect, the one for the control panels. And we finally get to use this call button now, since we took this elevator down earlier. So let's head downward. And we know that this is no longer really useful for anything. You'd think that there would be like a sphere or something that you'd swap out here, but actually not. This is just completely pointless. Well, pointless as far as function goes. I suppose it does allow you to look at some pretty nice scenery and get a better feel for the landscape. Alright, so I think, yeah, we got the complete Maray set of stuff here. I'm actually going to leave that be because I don't want to mess that up. I am... Oh wait, we don't have the swap machines here, of course. Okay, so we are going to have to mess it up. Never mind. I suppose we could go into the maze and use that one, but it's okay. I'm actually just going to go ahead and do this. So we've seen 3 of the 4 trees. Obviously, we still need to get to Soria's tree. Alright, let's see what we can find here. I think this is the way. Yes, this is the way. So this should take us back to the rotating mechanism for the maze. And from here... Yes, there we go. There's the piece that we didn't end up using. We should be able to get back to the rest of Hunrath. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and call it here, everybody. I'm just going to go and stop for now. And in the next video, we're going to explore what's on the other side of the river and hopefully discover where we can get to Soria. So until then, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to hit that like button, comment, or subscribe. It lets me know I'm doing something right and that you're enjoying the content. And in either case, I will see you all in the next episode. So take care, and I will catch you on the flip side.